Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am glad to be back with another video. I know that it has been a while that I have not been here, up to I think a month and a week. I would like to apologize. I mean, a lot has been happening in my personal life, but I would like to stay more consistent this year, and hopefully that will be the targets. Either way, I am glad to be back on here because not only do we have a win, but we're also back in the top four, and I am an excited girl. I mean, Chelsea has had its fair share of some bad games in the couple of last few games. I mean, the last time I was here was Matchweek 19. We are currently in Matchweek 24. So yeah, a lot of things has happened in the last few days in terms of the competitions, in terms of the teams in the Premier League. But then again, we had Arsenal beating Man City with a 5-1 win. I mean, it was incredible. But in terms of Chelsea, we managed to get a result out of West Ham. Despite the fact that West Ham started the game with a lead, we were able to turn the game around and we took 3 points home. So this will be my review for the game that happened yesterday, and of course I'll be giving you some Chelsea news, what's going on in terms of the loan transfer, in terms of this January transfer window. We've been quite busy, so if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. So let's jump right into it. I'll start in terms of some Chelsea news. Now, in terms of the loans, we have a handful number of players that have gone on loan this January, and we even sold one player. So in terms of the players that went on loan this January, they include, first of all, we have João Felix, who has gone to AC Milan on loan. We have Alex Disasi that has gone to Aston Villa on loan. Then we have Kani Chukwuemeka, who has gone to Dortmund on loan. Then we have Ben Chilwell, who has gone to Crystal Palace on loan. Then we have Nato Vega, who has gone to Juve on loan. And finally, the player that has been sold this January transfer window is Cesar Casadei. He has been sold to Turin, and that is in terms of some Chelsea news. Now, in terms of the starting 11 for this game against West Ham, this was a game that we had to make sure we get a win, and I am glad we were able to. I mean, although we started the game off quite a bit low, we had a bit of possession. We had most of the possession throughout the game, don't get me wrong. We're not able to be the first team to score, but this did not dim our light, it did not dull our spirits, because we were still able to make the turnaround in the second half. Although they almost ruled out one of the goals offside, and the second goal was a deflection, I'll take it. I mean, at the end of the day, 3 points is better. I mean, we're not having a bad run like Manchester United at this moment. And of course, not to mention, we had Graham Potter back at the Stamford Bridge. I mean, it was his first game coaching for West Ham, and it's going to be interesting to see how he actually fares in West Ham. I mean, I wish him all the best. It's sport o'clock. If you know, you know. So in terms of this game, we had a 4-2-3-1 formation. Very interesting game, if you ask me. And in terms of the first half, although we were not able to get a goal, we had a fair amount of attempted shots. So in terms of this game, in terms of the starting 11, we had a 4-2-3-1 formation with Jorgensen in goal. He replaced Sanchez. Then in terms of the back four, we had Tosin Adarabioyo. Then we had Levi Colwill. We had Reece James on the right wing back side, and we had Cucurella on the left wing back side. For the midfield, we had Caicedo and we had Enzo Fernandez. Then in terms of the forwards, we had Noni Madueke, Cole Palmer, Jadon Sancho. Then up front, we had Jackson. So in terms of the first half, as I mentioned, this was where we considered our first goal. Although throughout the first 40 minutes, we had possession, we had a fair share of attempted shots. And in terms of the first goal, it was a mistake from Levi Colwill. Now, he missed his pass. Instead of it going to Tosin, I think he was targeting James or Tosin, if I'm not wrong. It was a deflection that went to one of the West Ham players, who later passed it to Bowen, who ended up giving West Ham the first goal of the night, giving them the lead. And of course, I will say I was a bit disappointed, and I didn't know how we were going to turn around. Of course, I was following the Chelsea app. Not sponsored, by the way. In terms of the Chelsea app, we were hoping, I mean, in terms of the person editing the blog post for Chelsea, they were talking the lines of, I hope Cole Palmer can make a turnaround. And I think Palmer comes through in terms of the crucial goals. So in terms of this game, yes, Cole Palmer did have something to do with the goal in terms of the second goal. But in terms of the first goal, we considered at the 42nd minute, and yes, we were 1-0 down by halftime, and it was not a good look. I mean, we were at home, and of course Graham Potter was looking good. So in terms of the second half, however, we made substitutions by the 51st minute. We had McGuey and Pedro Neto coming in, while we had Jackson and Jadon Sancho coming off. So this was the 51st minute. Then by the 61st minute, we had Madueke and James coming off. Then we had Nkunku and Malagusto coming in their place. Then that was in terms of the substitutions, the first 4 substitutions that were made. Then we had, in terms of the second half, the 64th minute, this was where we had a bit of drama going on in the final third of the West Ham side, whereby we had Neto trying to pass the ball. I think he was trying to score. Then McGuey, it frisked over McGuey's head. Then Cucurella passed it to Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez tried to hit the goal, but it was a blocked shot. Then finally, it was back to Pedro Neto again, who was able to give us a goal. Although it was a very lengthy check, we were able to have our equalizer at the 64th minute. If you ask me, a very incredible goal. And of course, Pedro Neto celebration, I'm yet to find out what it means. But it was quite a goal. And we had VAR checking for a possible offside, and this was our first goal. I would say our confidence peaked, and we had more attempted shots, and the ball was more in the final third of West Ham side, and we were able to finally, yes, we had some shots. We had Cole Palmer's shots that hit the goalpost, I think twice, with a free kick also. But finally, Cole Palmer was able to give us our winning goal, whereby at the 74th minute, he hit the ball, and it was a deflection through Wan-Bissaka, and we had our second goal. So a 2-1 lead by the 74th minute. So all we had to do was defend. Here is whereby West Ham decided, you know what, we're going to bring all the substitutions. And I think Graham Potter was panicking, or he was trying to, make amends at where he's going wrong in the game. But it was not to be. This game was for us, and we were able to carry the 3 points home. And that is how the game went. In terms of the 90th minute, we had Trevor Chalobah coming in place of Cole Palmer. But yeah, that was how the game went. As I mentioned, we have our 3 points. We are a happy team, although we have had our fair share of losses. I mean, Arsenal are currently second. We were second the last time I was on here. So I know I've missed quite the number of games. I'd like to apologize. But hopefully we'll stay more consistent this year. In terms of where we are in the Premier League table, we're currently 4th. Liverpool is currently 1st with 56 points. Arsenal has 50 points. Nottingham Forest has 47 points, while we as Chelsea have 43 points. In terms of 5th position, we have Man City, and 6th position, we have Newcastle with 41 points each. Then in terms of the fixtures of Matchweek 24, some of the interesting games included, as I mentioned, Arsenal versus Manchester City, whereby we had Manchester City collecting an average of 5 goals. I mean, Man City, that was a very embarrassing game. Got me thinking why we were not able to get a result from Man City. In terms of Man City, they lost points, and Arsenal, of course, took the game with 5 goals. In terms of some more results, Man United versus Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace beat Man United, and Man United are just stuck at 13th. Let us say a prayer for Manchester United fans. It's not easy. I feel for you guys. How you guys doing? And we had another impressive result by Nottingham Forest against Brighton, a 7-0 win for Nottingham Forest, with Chris Wood having a hat-trick. And Chris Wood this season has just been doing the most. He's just been on his own planet and just enjoying his game. So yes, although we need to catch up in terms of the table, they're currently above us, as I mentioned, with 47 points. Then also finally tonight, there's going to be a game. I mean, we'll be having Everton versus Liverpool. I think this is the postponed game that will put the both teams in the 24th match week with the rest of the teams. Now both teams are coming from a win, so it's going to be interesting to see which team carries the day tonight. We had Liverpool that faced Bournemouth, and Liverpool got the win with a 2-0 win. We had Everton that faced Leicester City, and Everton came out with a win of a 4-0 win. So Everton and Liverpool are both coming from a win. It's going to be interesting to see which team carries the day today. So that is in terms of what is going on in terms of match week 24, and I am excited to see how the rest of the games unfold. As for the transfer window, we were quite busy, had quite a number of loans, and of course we're still playing in the Conference League, so there are more games to look out for, and I'm excited to see how the games actually unfold. Happy new month. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. I'll be coming up with a new series. Be on the lookout for that. Please make sure you subscribe to never miss a video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.